Hello, everybody. Matt Check, PGA teaching professional here at the Atlanta Athletic Club, coming to you today and going over how to hit a fairway bunker shot. Fairway bunker is just a bunker that is far from the green. It's not next to the green. We're going to look at first thing how to set up, kind of what to think about during our swing, and what club to choose. So, first things we want to do is when we set up to hit a golf shot in the fairway bunker, it's important that you dig in your feet so that as when you go back, your feet don't move. I see this all too often. People come in there and their feet may be on top of the sand. As soon as they go back, their feet kind of swivel into the sand. And then it's very, very difficult to make solid contact. So, first thing you want to talk about and think about is to dig your feet in and build a stance. And whatever that is, if it's really soft sand, you might be digging down a little deeper. If it's firm sand, maybe you're on top. But choke down about that same amount as you dug in to make it a flat kind of lie. The next thing we can talk about when we take the club and swing is if I hit this golf ball and I hit it out here, hit that one really nice. The golf ball was right here on this line. Where's my divot? It's a full rectangle in front of that line. Now I'm just here to explain this to you that I actually had my head slightly on or behind the line and was able to produce that divot by extending my arms and reaching out. All too often, I see people that put this line in the back of their stance, head in front of the ball, and they try to hit down on it in that fashion. It's really tough to get the ball airborne. It's tough to square up face. It's tough to get loft, a lot of these things. So when we hit fairway shots, we're going to go ahead and put that line in the ground, fairway bunker shots, and spend about 75% of your time just making swings with that line on your heart or on the front of your chest here, not on the rear pec, but the forward pec. And just take swings and try to see if we can go ahead and get our divot right in front of that line. Do this over and over again. I would imagine I would want my students to hit at least 3 practice swings before every shot with the line in the sand just to get accustomed to getting the arms and the club out in front of you. Now, a couple of little things to think about here. When we're hitting a fairway bunker shot, we got to see what the lip looks like. If the lip is yay tall, what club's going to get over that lip without hitting it? That's our main concern. We don't want to take out a club that doesn't get enough loft. So if I have a lip here, it looks like I can get a 7-iron over it easily. I'm going to go ahead and take an 8 for security purposes and to make sure that in case I do hit it a little thin, I'll still get over that lip. And also, as I take a backswing, I want to almost keep my legs out of it. Okay, I want to feel like I'm almost swinging mostly arms. That's going to kind of help me narrow the movement down side to side and make sure I make good contact with that ball. And then again, if I was hitting, let's say, out of a Bermuda grass, I'm on an upslope, there's a lot of friction with the club and the ground. It could almost hurt my hands hitting into that grainy grass. Well, bunkers aren't like that. People, I feel, too often are scared to make let the club fall on the ground or fall into the sand. The sand's just going to pop it up. Okay, it's not as abrasive as you might think. So when you take these swings on the line, let's kind of get the feeling of, I was really digging deep. Now I see it was behind the line. That tells me that my head actually got in front of it. That's for me. I really feel like if I slide forward with my head, I'm going to almost end up my arms trapped behind me. I might lean back at the last second, something, and throws the club in the ground behind me. I always want to feel like I'm getting the club swinging out in front of me and go from there. Um, Go ahead and hit another one here. Go through my core values. I'm going to dig in, make a stance. I'm going to keep it up in the front, choke down a little bit, make sure I get my lip, and then keep my legs out of it and just swing back and through like a normal swing. There's nothing too crazy about this. In, back and through. So let's say you're somebody that's really hitting behind the ball and you're struggling, and everything you seem to do is hitting the sand behind the ball, and you're having really trouble getting that extension out there. What I like to try for a drill, this is going to kind of point out a lot of flaws in somebody's swing, is if I put my feet, let's say I drew the line again for the ball, I'm going to put both my feet behind the line. And you could do it with your feet apart, but it's going to make the drill really hard. So I like to put the feet together. And then I just take swings. So I got to dig them in and learn how to hit a golf ball out in front of you. And what you'll see is sometimes you even make a divot out there, and you're like, how did I even do that 3 or 4 inches in front of my face? There you go. That was actually my best one. So hitting more out in front of us is always kind of what I think about in the bunker. I don't get caught up in hitting so much down on it. I want to get it out in front of me. I want to hit it out in front of me to ensure that I'm not falling back or dipping the club behind me. So I put this one even farther out in front, that thing out in front of me, and was able to hit it very straight. So I hope these tips helped you, and make sure you practice, practice, practice in the fairway bunker. Thank you.